Okay, so here we're looking at the U-Dreamer vintage styled turntable, record player, and Bluetooth receiver as well. This is a great unit if you are looking to get into vinyl or analog media formats, and you also want to be able to have a relatively versatile stereo system basically in your house. So for two-channel audio, this would be a great place to get started. We're going to go through. We'll talk about the features on here, just how it works. If you're not used to record players or vinyl, and then some of the cool things that you can do with this outside of vinyl as well. Before we jump in, though, I want to thank U-Dreamer for sending us this unit so we can do this demo and review for you guys. Okay, so starting off with, we have the turntable itself, which also kind of acts as your audio receiver for Bluetooth, and it does have a USB port as well, so you can plug directly into it. We have two speakers on the side. Each speaker has two drivers in it, one for bass and one for your highs. They can be stored on the side or underneath, which I'll just go ahead and do right here, depending on how you like your configuration to look. There we go. Just like that. Just make it look even more vintagey with the kind of the little boxy look right there. We got the dust cover on. Pull that up. We have our turntable. Nothing too crazy there. We have a 45 adapter that you can place on top. Stores right over there on the side. We've got our speed selection, so 33 1/3, 45, and 75. We also have an auto on-off. So once it hits the center of your record, it will turn off automatically. We can, here, I'll show you demo it real quick. We turn it on here, so the power's the volume knob. You'll see it come on. The blue light right there. If no record is playing, and you see this blue light, you can pair to Bluetooth. It'll be called a turntable on your Bluetooth device list, and then we can turn our volume up and down right there. These speakers will get up pretty high, even at about 12, 13 feet away from them. I was able to get over 85 decibels of sound pressure from these speakers with very, very minimal any kind of distortion or anything like that. So you can get quite a good amount of sound. It's going to work as a nice little compact stereo system for you if you don't have one already. Okay, so to actually use the turntable, you want to unlock your arm here. All right, see right there. So it's unlocked. Raise the arm up, and then watch. As I turn it over to the side, the turntable will start. There we go. Turntable is going. I would put it onto a record right there, and then I would drop it using the arm right there. So pull it down, and then it would be on the record, and it would be playing. If I want to stop, pull it up, pull it back over, and watch it'll stop automatically. Same thing, it goes all the way to the center, it'll stop automatically. When it's not turning the table, you'll see our Bluetooth has turned back on, and so it now is back in Bluetooth mode. We'll go ahead and lock that, close our dust cover, turn it off, and we'll take a look at some of the items on the back. Okay, should be turned off. All right, so here in the back, we can see that we have a USB-A, which you can use to plug into a device directly. We have our standard RCA out. We have one left and right. Now, this is not going to be a phono out. This is already amplified, so there is a preamp inside of the unit. So do not plug this into the phono on your receiver if you want to use an external receiver. And then we have our normal just power right there. So if you want to use the speakers that came with it, right here, we've got two plugs. Red one goes in the red one. White one goes in the white one. Power cord goes into the power one. Very easy to connect and set up. If you want to connect it to a receiver or your larger stereo system at home, you would just take an RCA cable and plug into anything that is not a phono input. Again, this is going to be line out. This is not going to be phono out. So it is already amplified. It is already equalized. Do not put it into the phono one. In fact, I would say that's probably the one thing that I wish this had was a phono level out, so that way I could use the preamp on my receiver rather than the onboard unit. But outside of that, receiver works as well does the amp and the speakers here. So overall, a nice compact package, great to get started into vinyl and analog music formats while still having the flexibility to Bluetooth anything you want into it or to use the USB. So that's the U-Dreamer vinyl turntable in the vintage wood pattern.